Alright, something that's been kind of trending on a regular basis. It's happened twice. Katt Williams has, in essence, called out Kevin Hart. Now, when he called out Kevin Hart the first time, it was at one of his Atlanta shows where he pretty much said that Kevin Hart is a puppet. You know, he doesn't want to take anything away from Kevin Hart. He's not saying that, you know, he doesn't want to knock his hustle. He's not stating he's not a good comedian or a good person, but he says he's a puppet. He's a puppet to the system. He says that he's doing what someone else tells him to do, and there's a hand up his butt pretty much telling him if, ands, or buts, and thereforth. So that was the first response. Then the second one, which I don't know why Katt Williams got so upset, because I didn't hear any rebuttal from Kevin Hart. I didn't hear Kevin Hart saying anything about him other than, you know, pretty much, let's just stand with my fellow comedians. And then Katt Williams put up a second video with a $5 million proposition. And this is what he said.
See, I seen your stuff on social media, boy, I know what you do. But you do it for play. If you do it for real, here it is, Kevin. I got a show at your hometown in Philly. I'm gonna tape my special there. On that stage, we can put whatever you want. A full court basketball court, a boxing ring, 2 microphones for a rap cipher, or you can get your ass dusted in comedy on that stage. But it's $1 million up for each one. That's $5 million, Mr. 28 million in Forbes. I'll be bringing mine in cash, Mitch. Bring yours however you want. And since you're not a puppet, don't bring no white people with you then. That's a $5 million bet individually. You can take it all, or you can take it part and parcel. This is the new movement. Hey, and tell them plastic cup boys, we make enough money to drink out of real glassware.
So, after he made that statement, which I would personally love to see, and this is the reason why I wanted to bring this up, is because I don't feel like he's directly hating on Kevin Hart. I don't feel like he's directly calling Kevin Hart as a bad actor or a bad comedian, but I think he's trying to bring hype to his name, as well as just bring some fire to the art and the industry in and of itself. So seeing them play basketball will be awesome, because we already know Kevin Hart's actually a pretty good basketball player. Seeing them rap against each other in a cypher will be quite hilarious, because we know Kevin Hart can't rap, but Katt Williams actually got a little bit of skill when he goes to it.
His music was shite.
His music was shite, but I'm saying when he wants to rap on a lyrical sense, he can get down every now and again.
The only person who would give him a deal was Suge Knight.
Well, he got a deal when he did his CD. It was with T.I. in them. Granted, it was more for hype than really the art of it, but I don't think he took it serious at the time. I think he was having fun with it, which is, again, like I'm not saying he's on Eminem's level when it comes to being a rapper in the cypher, by no means. But him versus Kevin Hart would be good, because neither one of them are quote unquote rappers. That would be quite hilarious. And then he even called him out in the boxing ring, which would be 2 short little people going toe to toe. That would be freaking hilarious to see them actually get serious in a boxing ring with as small as Kevin Hart is and as stupidly small as Katt Williams is. But where I'm really interested in actually seeing a legitimate competition is them two going up and actually going comedian versus comedian. Having just some fresh material where they go to town and see who can get the largest laugh from the audience. Not only who all's going to win there, everyone. You know they're going to come with some amazing material, so the audience is going to love it. You know that they're going to get a bit heated throughout it, so they're going to be going back and forth, making them even better, which makes it what? A better show for the audience. So I think that all this does is just bring some good entertainment to the field. But I also feel Katt Williams knows Kevin Hart's not going to actually respond to this and not actually going to give him the time of day, so nothing's going to come of it, and he's going to get a little bit of shine from it.
He shouldn't acknowledge Katt Williams' sorry ass. He shouldn't. Katt Williams hasn't been funny since, to me at least, since, what was it? It was before the Pimp Chronicles.
Yeah.
That shit wasn't even funny. Yeah, it's like right after the last Friday movie that he was in. You know, that was the last time Katt Williams, to me, was really funny. And this just sounds like he's jealous as fuck that he isn't as famous as Kevin Hart is right now. Like, Kevin Hart his net worth is estimated at $20 million.
28 million.
28 million. His Katt Williams' net worth is estimated at $10 million. He just sounds jealous. I'm sorry. And I highly doubt that his net worth is $10 million, given all the legal battles he goes into. And I feel like he needs to focus on those and not getting his name out there in a negative way, and focus on his comedy, which to me is sorely been lacking. It's not been what I would expect from the, what was it, Friday After Next Katt Williams. Like, that's not what I want. Furthermore, the boxing one, I'm gonna go ahead and give this one to Kevin Hart, because every time we see Katt Williams getting into trouble, it's because he's done slapped somebody in a store, in a grocery store like Target, which was the first instance. Like, the fuck out of here. I'm sorry.
But 1 second. Before you get too harsh on Katt Williams, I also feel like there's a sect of society, police or otherwise, that do go after Katt Williams in a negative light. He said it himself. He's been arrested 15, 20 times, but they've never brought up a serious charge against him that's actually given him any jail time. Every time that they come at Katt Williams, it's some sideways, side-handed type of deal, and they never actually follow through legally. He never gets in any true legal trouble from it. So that, to me, shows that he does go against the grain. He does go a little bit against the system, and I feel like he gets a little bit of extra backlash from that actual fact. And I think that's why he's kind of calling out Kevin Hart, is because Kevin Hart is the golden child, if you will, at this point in time when it comes to black Hollywood comedians. You even got to look back at, not Chris Rock, but Eddie Murphy. Even Eddie Murphy stopped at a certain point in time, stating that he didn't want to be a part of Hollywood. He didn't want to be a part of what they wanted him to be. He wanted to be his own person, so he pulled away from everything in Hollywood in general. I think that shows there's an underbelly to Hollywood, that if you don't go and you don't do with what they want you to do, they're going to try to shun you and push you out in some way.
Well, yes, that's true. There is an underbelly to Hollywood. That underbelly has been there with or without comedians. It's always there. You have to play the game. You have to know how to play the game. Life is about knowing how to play the game. To knock Kevin Hart, to say he's a puppet because he knows how to play the game. You look at Kevin Hart comedy in these movies, it's very reminiscent in a lot of ways.
1 second, though. But why should you have to play the game?
Because that's life.
I think that's a cop-out. That's something that we need to address in general.
That's not a cop-out. That's the way it's worked. That's the way it's been. Yes, we can talk about change.
If it's right or wrong is kind of what we're stating right now. Is it right that you have to play in someone else's game when the game is broken? No. That's like saying, our political system's broken. It's always been broken, so you just got to play inside of it. No, that doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it right, but just because, see, here's the thing. It would be different if Kevin Hart did like Eddie Murphy, who was doing content, doing movies that stayed true to who he was in the beginning, but then just started doing nonsense like The Clumps and Meet Dave and what's that other one with where he played like a Dr. very heavy set black woman, Norbit, yeah. It would be different if Kevin Hart was going that route, but so far he stayed true to who he is in his comedy in these movies. When that changes, then we can have this argument about him becoming a total puppet. So far, we've seen him come out with movies where it's just him talking about his life and intermixing it with his stand-up routine. So you can't knock a brother for that. He's staying true to who he is. He hasn't changed. He's still Kevin Hart, the one who came out in you know, whenever he came out, did the stand-up, blew up from it, and he's still that person. So you can't knock him for that. And Katt Williams, I think he's just jelly that he didn't have his moment like that. He didn't blow up after Friday After Next.
And I'll give you some kudos to that. I would agree.
He had one really good stand-up after that.
And then he kind of fell off. But then
he fell off because each stand-up video that you saw after that, it was the same shit from the first one. It's like, come on, bro, be original. And now that he's original, or trying to be original, I haven't watched him in a long time, and I'll be honest, I don't really go and see Kevin Hart movies anymore. I see them from time to time, or I may see segments of them, but it's always it's the same. Stuff. Yeah. And Katt Williams, now that he's changed, so many people have tuned out, like myself, because in the beginning, it was repetitive. It was nonsense. It was, yeah. So I think he's just jelly. He needs to get over it. Focus on what you got going on. Be better at what...
Focus on you, boo-boo.
Exactly. Focus on you, boo-boo. Focus on what you got going on. Focus on trying to be the best at what you do. And once you get to that gold point, that gold standard, then go after someone else's shine. You know, it's like in the rap industry. Everyone's trying to start a beef over nonsense. But at the end of the day, it's nonsense. It's stupid. No one cares. We care about what you bring to the table. And if you ain't bringing any good shit, then you starting some shit with someone else, it's not gonna help you. It's only gonna boost them because they got more haters.